Right, YouTube. What's the big old deal, man? It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy. And we back with another one like the other one, man. All right, so it looks like Jimmy Boy. Y'all give me 1 second, y'all. Y'all give me 1 second.
And on today's episode of Artist to Artist,
I am God.
it's a Dipset episode.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I want to rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it works out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000. The monthly rent on the old lease, down to
50 Cent. So Jim wired the $200K over. Okay, cool.
He may turn out to be a good tenant after all. Samuel, if you need me to make them pay, just give me a ring. I'm here. 50 Cent action. I had to bring that intro in that way. That was December, right? So now we get a video, but make sure you stay to the end because Jim Jones' ass could be going to jail for the shit that he did. I'm going to show y'all the video, and then we're going to show y'all the legal document that was posted, and it gets real interesting. What you talking about, Nash? Jim Jones crashing out, real time.
I used to say, if I hear AI one more time, I'm going to lose it. But Monday.com is super easy to use and knows how to do AI right. My team quit going through endless documents ourselves. Monday side.
He cut the lights off. You're not supposed to. You heard Jim? Huh? He cut the lights off. What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine. My property. All right? You got a problem talking about it.
Now, I know what a lot of y'all are thinking because I was thinking it too, bruh. It seems on the surface like shit. If they lock you out of your stuff legally, you have the right to go in there and try to get your stuff and all that crap, but you're supposed to call the police, bruh. You were supposed to call the authorities just so you can make sure that you ain't breaking any laws. Because according to this paperwork that's posted with the video that we're all seeing, Jim Jones' ass more than likely look like he's going to be sued for a lot of money, and his ass is going to be taken to jail to be served the papers to be told you're being sued for a lot of money. Man, take a listen to this. I'm going to read it for y'all, obviously, and then we'll get into it. Wrote it? All right, so here's what the notice says. This is an official notice addressed to IFC Management, LLC, and Joseph Jones. It was posted at 780 East 133rd Street, first floor, Suite 202 and Suite 204. 789 East 132nd Street, first floor, 791 East 132nd Street, first floor, Bronx, New York, 10454. I don't know, man. My dyslexia is acting up today. Now, this is regarding a lease agreement dated December 17, 2025. The lease was between Sandy Sun LLC, Han Dynasty Bronx LLC, Three Sons Holding LLC, and Sang Dara LLC, who are listed as the landlords, and IFC Management LLC and Joseph Jones, who are listed as the tenant. The premises are located at 780 East 132nd Street, also known as 789 to 191 East 132nd Street, Bronx, New York. Now, here's where it gets serious. The notice states that the tenant was served with a 15-day notice of default dated January 5th, 2026, which expired on January 22nd, 2026, and then a 5-day notice of termination dated February 10th, 2026, which expired on February 17th, 2026. The notice then states that the tenant's tenancy at the premises have been terminated. It says that under the landlord's rights in the lease, including paragraph 17, the landlord has elected to re-enter and take possession of the premises. And it says they have peacefully recovered.
Man, they about to have a field day with this nigga Jim Jones, bro. Because, you know, when you a socialite, you know, Mr. Bowling, Mr. AKA Harlem World, man, you understand me? You got to produce that chili, bro. That's one thing about the entertainment game, though, right? You can't get out here and pop it like you been balling and you just having money the long way. And then shit like this happen because, you know, your peers go clown you. But you had Fabulous, you had Davies, and you had Mano. You mean to tell me out of those 3 niggas, everybody can't put up 20 racks. You know what I'm saying? To keep that shit going. Or you just went in full by yourself. You just went in putting up all the dough, having these niggas come on your platform for a look, basically. You know what I'm saying? And you would split the profits of what that podcast made. I don't know what they made, but you would think that them niggas make enough money to afford $80,000 a month, bro. Let's go.
Possession of the premises, meaning they took it back. Now, it also says the tenant may make arrangements with the landlord to retrieve their property from the premises, but if the tenant attempts to enter the premises, change the locks, or retrieve property without the landlord's express permission, the landlord reserves the right to prosecute that as trespassing and pursue all other available legal remedies to retrieve property. The notice says to contact Raber Enterprises LLC at 212-925-1950 and email john@raberenterprise.com. And finally, the notice states that it does not set forth all of the landlord's rights, claims, and remedies under the lease law, and all rights are expressly reserved. Yeah. Birdman hands, bang! Before we move on, here's something you can do and get paid for. This is called free cash. Free cash is number 2 on the Apple Store and pays you to play games. You can make $500 plus a month by playing games for free. Use my QR code or the link in the description to get $5 when you download and sign up for free. Download and get paid on your phone and start playing. And 50 Cent is a very, very, very divisive individual to the point where at times when we do videos, I do like to see the comments that flow from what people are thinking. And I'm going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. Y'all got me with the comments. I didn't expect this shit. Take a look.
Do not call an attorney if you've been in a car accident until you see this. There's an easier way you could get paid a way bigger check without.
This man be way too invested in other men. It's NYC. It's illegal for the landlord to do this. It has to be court ordered. So yeah, he better break down that door. 50 is a cornball. We need the manufacturer of that door. You got to kick higher, OG, where the lock is. Whew. When 50 day come, why? These are the men these days. Humiliation is emotional assault. Public humiliation is war. The slave master tactics against each other is, should have married Chrissy. 50 Cent hates black people. How did 50 get the footage? LOL. This shit is crazy. See, if he would have did leg days in that gym, the door wouldn't have been a problem. I was saying the same shit. That's funny as hell. Wait, the lease just started last December 17th and terminated on January 5th. For default, that's not even a month. He got to kick higher, closer to the no area. Where is the letterhead? Anybody can type some shit up like most companies have a goddamn letterhead. And where is it at? But the video tell another story. I'm confused. Is he trying to break into his own apartment? He looked like a dope fiend. 50 is a true definition of don't start no shit, won't be no shit. 50 is corny as hell. Y'all gonna learn to leave 50 alone, fam. G-Unit Shady Aftermath still winning. Here's the thing, and agree or disagree, and let me know in the comments whether you agree or disagree, because it's all welcomed here anyways. If we enemies, it don't matter about shit. Yo, downfall, why am I supposed to show grace?
Nah, look, this... All right, bro. 50 Cent didn't gone too far, man. So I just got this, somebody just sent this to me. 50 Cent and the owner is named Sam. 50 Cent just became partner of that building. So 50 Cent just bought half of the percentage of that building. So he's co-owner with the owner named Sam. That's crazy, bro. That nigga... So you mean to tell me you got that much money where you would go and buy a building just to kick a nigga out your shit? That's crazy work, bro. 50 Cent messy to the motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He literally just went, he bought the building. Well, he bought into the building, so he's a co-owner of that building. Just imagine, Jim Jones get that shit, he pay up that little 80 racks. And every day you got to sit up in this motherfucking building knowing 50 Cent on that motherfucker. God did it, boy. I tell you what. Woo, shit. They say you can take the boy out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the whole boy. That's crazy work, gang. That's nasty work. Nigga, hey, you know what's so cold about it? Nigga, the equipment that Jim Jones got in there from the studio, he remodeled that shit. It was gutted out. That's what he put into it costs more than what his rent is. Yeah, man, 50 Cent, man. All right, so let me read what it say. 50 Cent. Sam is my partner. I own the joint now. You're going to fix every door you kicked, or I'm going to kick your ass out, Jimmy. By Monday, you're destroying my property. 50 Cent. Oh my God, man. This nigga, bro. Oh, this nigga's no joke. Oh, man. That's nasty work, bro. Hey, that's how you get at a nigga, though. Forget going up, squabbing with a nigga and all that shit. Just go buy the building the nigga live in and evict that nigga. That's nasty, bro. Damn, that's crazy. Let's get to the content, though. Let's go.
And don't start no shit, won't be no shit. 50 is corny as hell. Y'all gonna learn to leave 50 alone, fam. G-Unit Shady Aftermath still winning. Here's the thing, and agree or disagree, and let me know in the comments whether you agree or disagree, because it's all welcomed here anyways. If we enemies, it don't matter about shit. Yo, downfall, why am I supposed to show grace? Because if it was 50 Cent, y'all had no problems. When 50 Cent was having his issues or whatever the hell and being sued, everybody didn't have an issue running up his shit and throwing him into the mud and basically trying to tell 50 Cent he's everything he said 50 Cent and Curtis Jackson. That's what was going on when it was 50's turn. Everybody took turns, bashed him and all that and everything and blah, 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 some more stuff. At one point in time, 50 Cent and Jim Jones was cool, but it all broke down and it all messed up. So I'm out of sounding like somebody's grandpa, we just gonna be honest. Bruh, 50 Cent. That's what he does. I think a lot of people think that he's supposed to be a different way, but you had to have a mindset that he has to have. And y'all honestly forget this man brags about reading the 48 laws of power and the law that says completely crush your enemies totally. I'm set that completely wrong. I'm fairly certain, but crush your enemies totally or completely or whatever the hell. Basically, get rid of them until they are no longer here. You kick them while they're down. You make sure they stay down and that they never get up. Basically, get rid of them.
Your interest in automobiles already sets you apart. Now, take the next step. Start.
Oh, Nash, you shouldn't be saying that, bruh. He's supposed to be this and all that, man. It don't matter. Only certain people are basically looking at this shit like, oh, 50 Cent is wrong. You should think that that's cool. But if you're in the same position where people are attacking you and they coming after you and they firing their little diss shots and all this shit at you, I'm playing a different game. I'm playing a whole entire different game. So now that I'm playing a different game, I'm going to invite you to my sport. And my sport is gloves off. We finna fight however we going to fight.
All right, so y'all know the slogan, man. Like, hey, it's just business. It ain't nothing personal. It becomes personal when you start using social media to antagonize, right? You know, even when it said crush your enemies totally, right? Yeah, you supposed to devour. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure these motherfuckers, you know, they'll never get back up. We got that. But when you go far as, you know, the social media antics and shit, you would not like that shit if a nigga fuck around and go knock your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? He go hit your baby mama. Your son in the next room playing a PS5 he just bought him. That's just going too far. You know what I'm saying? But I got to respect 50 Cent, you know, strategy. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you go do it. Why go try to fight that nigga in the streets when you could just go buy the building that he work in? You know what I'm saying? Now the nigga got to answer to you. Now that's how business is done, bro. That's how business is done. But Jim Jones, man, that nigga got jewelry. He got businesses. Nigga, give up the money. You know what I'm saying? You don't know these people like that. Let me tell y'all something, man. In this world that we live in, every first of the month, every 15th or whatever that shit is, when rent is due. They don't care about your problems. They're not somebody that want to hear your sob stories and give you grace periods and all that shit. No, you get about 3 to 5 days, 7-day grace period. That's it. So I'm saying, if you can't produce that money, you got to get up out of here. It ain't no, nah, nigga, get up out of here. And you take too long, nigga. Matter of fact, we're helping people move your shit up out of here. But you would think that man will have some type of communication, because it's not like Jim Jones is renting out 2 buildings. Who's going to come in and do that? You see what I'm saying? Get that nigga a couple, get a nigga extra week or something. You know what I'm saying? Let that nigga pay that shit. But, in business is business, man. Business don't care how you feel. Business don't care about your mama in the hospital. Business don't care that your daughter got hit by a car. None of that shit. They got to eat just like you got to eat. And that's the way it is, man. But, I know a lot of people praying on 50 Cent downfall, but shit, nigga, keep getting rich so you don't never have to worry about falling. Let's go.
And 50 Cent decided to use public humiliation, of course, embarrassment, and dare I say, covert tactics with individuals who control certain intellectual properties of Jim Jones and his whole entire team of what they want to do. This is Jim Jones's fault. Too many people have accepted, just because I put myself in a situation, y'all not supposed to say shit. This is Jim Jones's fault. I like Jim Jones. Hell, he was my favorite Dipset member at one point in time. As he got older, I don't know what the hell is going on. But Jim Jones is the reason for Jim Jones falling off. It's Jim Jones, he signed the bad contract. So you didn't have to put yourself in that situation. That's what that is. There are too many things that you guys want to do to make it look like something that it doesn't need to look like. If you have good content, just put out the content. It doesn't matter if you have some damn major plush ass setup and all that. But Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson or Chad Ochocinco, whatever the hell he called himself these days, but they don't even do anything super extravagant. They just go to, well, I know how Shannon Sharp does his stuff. I don't want to put it all out there, but renting a space out for a couple of hours and doing it that way. So that way you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's basically bad spending habits, trying to look like you have shit that you don't need to have for an audience that you haven't even built yet. Nobody looks at that shit and goes, damn, we need to be here because this is the spot that we need to be because they breaking shit down that we ain't never had before. No. It's bad. It's bad on all fronts because at the end of the day, Jim Jones, you look like a petulant ass kid trying to keep up with the Joneses. No pun intended on the name. Is it over for him? Hell nah. But bro, it look like your ass gonna be headed to jail and being served with a paper that's gonna say, here's a fine right here, and here's what you're being sued for right here. There's their numbers, and stay the hell away from that building. You are now being trespassed. And by the way it read, he was already trespassed by doing this shit. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 50 Cent should just let it go and move on with his life and do all this stuff. But if that's the case, he wouldn't be 50 Cent. You're known for certain things. Fucking went, bro. What the hell? Anyways, share to keep your people aware. Subscribe, turn on bells, stay notified. Hit that like button like you like something, even if you don't like this. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Are you rocking with Jim Jones on this? Like, bro, go in there and boot that damn door down and get your shit out of there. Bro, it's a whole nother side of the story, Nash. You got to hear Jim Jones part about it. Bro. Or y'all like, damn, the lawyer, the landlord probably gave that man a bunch of shit because they've been warring with each other basically since October. But it is what it is. Click right here, though, to find out how Mr. Off the Bone tenderism. We got a crazy story going on.